Hi guys. Um, so we have seen a veritable explosion of new AI products. And in fact, it's getting easier and easier to build AI products, but shipping a product that works has gotten correspondingly more difficult. And if you don't do it right, you can get in a lot of trouble. So let's look at some of that trouble. So you guys may have heard of the Air Canada chatbot that hallucinated a discount, and then the company got sued in court, and they actually had to honor the discount. There was the Chevy Tahoe that was sold for $1, and there's LexisNexis had an issue. There's lawyers taking AI into court, and so it's a massive problem. And so the question kind of becomes, okay, why don't these companies just fix it? These are like leading companies, really reputable companies. What's going on here? And so this is how companies tend to solve the problem today. Unfortunately, the state of art is basically spreadsheets. People are using vibe checks. They're going through and taking specific queries that customers see, copying and pasting them into their system, running them, copying and pasting them back. And this is crazy, right? Like this takes an incredible amount of time. It's not comprehensive. It doesn't really give you good quality confidence, but this is really the best people have. And that's because evaluation is a really hard problem. Even between two human raters, you have a lot of subjectivity, bias, like you don't actually get a consistent answer. And your coverage is kind of 10, 50, 100 examples, whatever you kind of do within a reasonable time frame. And so Scorecard, we believe there's a better way. So that's kind of what we're focused on. And there's a number of ways that we kind of try to improve this problem. First off, the Scorecard platform is fully automated. So it makes it faster, easier, and more reliable to have results. And there's a lot of things that are really hard to subjectively measure. We allow you to have consistent measures with statistical approaches. Second, you can explore different potential combinations of your AI product. You can try different models really quickly. You can change prompts. You can change your RAG retrieval approaches, anything in your chain. And so it really gives you that exploration ability, so then you can kind of hone in on where you need to improve product. The next part is it gives you not just quality metrics, but also gives you information on cost. So latency, token counts, and so you can basically make a trade-off between, okay, is this a good quality answer versus like, am I actually going to be spending a ton of cost across the board? And the final bit is, of course, we leverage Gen AI in order to simulate and evaluate new scenarios. You can kind of continuously evolve your coverage. So we started with our V1 focused on evaluation. So evaluation metrics are kind of the core of our product. And in addition to that, we built out prompt engineering and a playground. We built out human feedback. All of these were kind of the core of the product. Then, based on customer feedback, we've actually very recently launched a V2, expanding to prompt management, sharing, logging, and tracing. And so now it's actually a consolidated platform, enabling teams from subject matter experts to developers to leadership even to look at the scorecard and make decisions on their product. And we've seen the market response. So we now have actively paying customers from small C-stage firms to Fortune 500s, and we're bringing in hundreds of thousands in ARR. But more importantly, we've seen customers react in terms of how it's actually made them more effective. So we've heard from that one of those Fortune 500s that they love Scorecard, and it's made it possible for them to launch months ahead of schedule because they had more rigorous and rapid evaluation. Another company, a Series B company, talked about the pain of working on vibes. This vibe checks is kind of how a lot of teams will build product. And now they had more confidence in how they actually build and ship their products. And then this last one, this is an agent company. Agents are all the rage these days. And so this company was able to improve the performance of their product by 200% and then use the scorecard, that report, and show their end customer, look, guys, it actually works. Because one of the hardest things with Gen AI is proving to your end customer, yeah, don't worry, I got this, guys. And so we believe that's just the first step. This is just a start. So where we're at right now is like step one. If you just project out to like 1,000 customers and look at 200K ARR, that gives you like 200 million ARR with some amount of scale, given how many companies are deploying generative AI. Now, given all this, hopefully I've convinced you of like, this is a problem, there's a lot of pain and people are willing to pay for it. The challenge is it's a hot space, right? There's a lot of interest in the space and there's a lot of people building. We kind of segment the market into a few different groups. So one is kind of incumbents. There's amazing companies like Weights and Biases that kind of come from the old school ML observability. They're working with data scientists, ML researchers, people training and building models and want to make sure that they don't drift. Challenge is LLM world is very different. Most teams aren't training their own models. Most teams are using state-of-the-art GPT-4 or Opus, and chaining and using RAG in a very different system than like using an NLP like drift-based product. So when we talk to customers, like they tend to be eliminated pretty early on because their product just isn't designed for LLMs. The other side of it is there's a lot of YC startups. There's kind of these new companies that are definitely focused on LLMs, but they tend not to be very experienced in deploying AI. So it's a very different thing when you're dealing with non-trivial systems versus when you're just shipping, kind of an ad hoc product. And then the last bit is, of course, the homegrown solution where you have the spreadsheet. The nice thing about that is, of course, it's integrated with your production system. That's something that we do that no one else does. And so as you make changes, CI/CD, every PR, every change, you have confidence that you're launching, and we're able to do that in the same way as your homegrown system. So this is the team. We're a very small team, but we come from standing on the shoulders of giants. We've been lucky to work at Waymo and Meta and seen AI deployments at scale. And we're using a lot of those approaches and learnings from quite smarter people than us in order to make teams deploying LLMs successful. And so we worked across, YouTube, Google, deploying LLM systems and recommendation systems, and simulation at Waymo, where we run like millions and millions of different experiments in order to have confidence in a self-driving car. And we've also been able to get a lot of help from people who we've worked with in the past who've helped us out as we built. So how can you guys join us? How can you be involved in this? So one, we're a very small team and we need help. So we're looking for a founding full stack engineer. If you guys know anyone who might be interested. And the second part is we want to be helpful. So if you guys know teams building with LM products that care about quality, we'd love to be in touch. Thanks so much. John? Or Mike?
Thank you, Derek. Okay. I don't know. This is set up here. Hey, John, I don't know how you have to set up here. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so Scorecard and Dare are like awesome team. I mean, they're one of the companies like within Inception that we can get some of the most interest about is because they're working in like this area of evaluation. And a good friend of mine who is was one of the early founders at one of the major ML companies. He said eval is the problem. It is the problem within for LLMs. So and it's a great team because they had worked on this at Waymo and in the past as well, and they're already seeing a lot of traction. They already have great customer traction. So I'd encourage you, if you get a chance to just chat with Dare and it's a great